Greetings everyone and welcome to the weekly Outlaws of Thunder Junction draft. Yeah, I think I'm taking Magda here. First of all, the rest in peace is of course limited unplayable. It's from the big score, but I have 3 of these already and it's not exactly a high pick, so I expect to be getting past this later on too if I don't open myself one. Magda is just a fantastic 2 mana to every crime gives you a treasure, which is nice, but of course the grand prize is that if you have 3 of those treasures, you can just score them for a 4/4 hasty dragon. So that's a pretty easy first pick. These uncommons are fine too. There's an okay removal spell, but yeah, Magda is the pick here, and I would say it's quite easily the choice there. Okay, step between worlds is not good. You don't want your opponent to have fresh card of 7 hands. Yes, you can plot this and then you will be the one when on the next turn you cast this for free, so that means you are the first one to actually use your 7 cards, but it's still a very symmetrical effect, not worth you spending a card on. Alright, so here there are I think 2 options for me. I guess 3 if you really prefer green and want to take a snakeskin whale, which would be a legit pick. It's a good card and it's the best color, but I don't want to be that boring. I could take an at knife point, which I like a lot for a crime themed deck, or I could take the Chrome. I think I had a black-red deck on the channel, so I'm gonna switch it up and I'm gonna take the Chrome here. Let's try to make the blue-red deck work. It's not an easy archetype to make work, but let's try. Alright, there's like a couple of green cards, the Cactarantula, the Jolene, very nice. There is an Ionize, but I think the Thunder Salvo is the better one. Both of these do commit a crime, so that's good for Magda. But it's easier to make the Thunder Salvo do some work in the 2 spells archetype, which this would try to be. There's still the option to just take the Jolene and go red-green. Nothing wrong with that choice, but I will try the blue-red now that I got one of the signpost uncommons. And I think I take the Salvo over the counterspell. Forsaken Miner is nice too, Vault Plunderer nice too. This I don't like that much. No, 3 colors and all. Savage Smash. Alright. Oh. And an unfortunate accident. Now I wish I took an at knife point. Okay. How to do it? I mean, you can just take the insatiable. Sorry, that's not the one. The irascible Wolverine, or however you pronounce it. I like it more than the Mind Raider, unless I'm really an outlaw deck. I mean, any plot card is good with the Crown and the sword, but I like the unfortunate accident quite a bit. And, you know, blue might not be open. I don't think I should make any... I mean, this one pack might not mean anything. Blue might be open up, but I'm still taking the unfortunate accident here. And we'll see now. Okay, still no blue other than the, you know, kind of the same card already passed, which is not that great. Oh, but there's a repulse. So yeah, these are very hard to, you know, identify these breaking news cards. The border is not making it that clear to spot immediately. But it is a very good blue card, and there's no black card in here, and the red cards are not that great. So I'm taking the repulse now and see how it's gonna go. Do I have a playset of Mind Break traps? So yes, I do. Desert's Dew. That's still a reason to be also black if I want to. But since I got the repulse, I'm just taking the Wolverine now. I passed one Wolverine when I took the unfortunate accident. This might be blue-red. I'll take this. And okay, I like it. I'll take the Razzle Dazzle for sure. Some 2-drop, and I will be double spelling a couple of times quite easily, so this can pick a counter or 2, and it's fine when you get one anymore, and it's, you know, kind of great actually. So I'm going to cut the accident now. Ooh, nimble brigand. Both of these are good, but the brigand it's just better. Yeah, and now I have what, one, two, only two ways to commit a crime now, but I will have a focus on that going forward. All right. Okay, I got the rest in peace back. There's a trick shot, but I'm actually not that, you know, excited about the trick shot. Usually you will find more of these later in the draft too, and if I don't end up with any copies of this card, I don't mind. I'm taking the mythic rare now, because I also don't like the Jin too much. Totally replaceable card, and I can find more Jins in this draft. They are very late picks usually. Okay, what do we have here? A failed fording. Gold pan, not interested. Humiliate, will not buy my colors. Basically 20 gems and a bounce spell. I guess I'm taking the bounce spell now that I have the brigand and some other payoffs for committing a crime. The bucolic ranch I don't definitely like when I don't have mounts. And yeah, the rope master is not good. It's just not a good card. Yeah, it can commit a crime, but 5 mana 4/4, even though with some tempo. Yeah, the fact that it only bounces a tapped creature is really big drawback. I'm taking the 20 gems, which in theory I could splash here, but in practice I won't be doing that. You would have to have a lot of spree spells to make this even an interesting consideration. I guess I could get there, but so far I have none. Yep. Alright, highway robbery or 20 gems. I'm taking the robbery now. I mean, 20 gems is nice, but it's not really that important. A third copy of this thing. The reason I took it, I don't think it's that amazing, but I have now payoffs for doing double spells in Chrome and the Razzle Dazzler, so, and maybe I can find other things. Also the Thunder Salvo, so it's a fine card to have. But of course, this pack has a very easy peek in a Scorching Shot, commits a crime for the things that care about that, and well, it's just a very efficient removal spell and allows double spelling with, because it's only costing 2 mana. And here I have a decent amount of options. Phantom Interference can make me commit a crime, but I do think I still take the Razzle Dazzler here and try to make some double spells happen. So what does the curve look like? Pretty decent. I have 3 2-mana creatures and a bunch of 2-mana spells, and yeah, that's a good mana curve. Alright, well, that's an easy pick. There's a Kill on the Kid, but I'm not gonna take a mythic rare when I have a Malcolm in the Eyes. Really nice. Now this thing investigates, but let's keep in mind that Magda only cares about treasures, not like artifact tokens or any artifacts. So the investigated thing, the clues won't help with Magda to make the dragon. But of course this is just a fantastic card, always in blue-red, so I'm gonna take it, and it's the easy pick. Memory Vessel, I have a playset of them. SS Capture, Thunder Salvo, or making my mana easier with the Mirage Mesa. I would really prefer a blue-red damage dealing desert, because the crime can matter for stuff like the Brigand and Magda, of course. So I'm not sure if I want to have just Mesa in here. I do think I'm just going to take a Thunder Salvo, committing some crimes. And Iron Fist Pulverizer, but that's not the only thing. There's a Repulse, there's a Geyser Drake. I have 7 creatures. That is a cantrip, makes a crime. Geyser Drake is okay, but I think I'll just take a Repulse here. Ooh, Marauding Sphinx. That's a really nice one. Easy pick. Very good 5-drop. Okay. Okay, I have 2 deserts. These are special quests. I'm always gonna redraft a special quest. You cannot open these from packs and all that. But not only that, this is a good card actually. Yeah, it only produces colorless mana, but this is a card you will play in your limited decks. Well, it also commits crimes, but you can just make the opponent not attack with their guys because you always have 1 extra point of damage to deal. So I'm happy to pick this only to also to just have it in my deck. Okay, this is the 4th step between worlds I'm seeing here. Alright, Brimstone Roundup. Second spell things. Am I gonna try this? Let's try this. And I can take a Spring Splasher now. It's a way to commit crimes continuously, so that can matter. I don't have that many crime committing payoffs, to be honest, but the ones I have are really good, the Brigand and the Magda here. I guess this also benefits a little bit. Alright, here I'm taking the Interference. Yep. Homestead. I could see having easy time crewing this. I won't have this hasted up, but I don't think it matters. The Vaultbuster it's okay, but not important. SS Capture, Seize the Secrets. I'm actually gonna be greedy. Now I'm taking the 40 gems. I have enough playables, and these are not that important for this deck now. I got the Vaultbuster here too. And this is not really okay. Harrier Strix. That's not a bad card to have maybe in this deck. This is not exactly that playable, so I'm not gonna play it, but I took it for 40 gems. Already had a playset of them. Here it's an easy pick, Slick Sequence. Yeah, not really much of a question about it. Let's move on. And another Razzle Dazzler or Trick Shot. I think I'll just take the creature here. I can rather easily double spell a couple of times, so let's dazzle. Outlaws Teacher, now that is interesting. Shouldn't be too problematic to make it work. It is 5 mana to plot. Yeah, I think I will take it over the Brimstone Roundup. Or the Peddler. Or definitely this. Let's try the Stitcher. Okay, another shot at 40 gems, because I do have a playset of these. Mage Bane Lizard, not good for me, because it's gonna hurt me probably more than the opponent, and I don't care about the 2 mana 1/4. I don't really know if I care about the Razzle Dazzler number 4. I'm taking 40 gems. I'm gonna be greedy. There's also the Mirage Mesa, but I'm taking the land now because I have had pretty bad success in this set, so I want to take gems when I can. I don't think I lost much there in terms of card from my deck. Right, so the Emergent Haunting might. How many instants I have? I have a bunch, so this could become a creature quite easily. I could just take a Stop Cold, which deals with big creatures, and I don't have that many answers for them. I think I'm taking the Stop Cold here. And here I am gonna take the sideboard card. I have already one of these and one of these. I don't care about these in this deck now, so I'm taking the sideboard card. Okay, I got the Razzle Dazzler still. And here I have another Strix, Locomotive, Fling. Don't think the Fling is gonna do much here. I don't think I like multiple Strix either. I might take the Locomotive for like a sideboard use. I don't think I'm gonna main deck it, but if I need to have a 6/5 vehicle, that's there. I don't need these. I just don't. This is okay, but not that amazing. I'm taking this 20 gems. I have enough playables. This 26 spells, and I have some easy cuts, but I'm pretty much. I have finished the drafting for the deck. I might find some playable still, but I'm happy with this build. Gin or another copy of a Roundup. I guess I'd rather have this a little bit of versatility, and I can still play it. Alright, quick draw or a 5th Razzle Dazzle. I think I like this trick here a little bit. It also commits a crime. Yeah, I don't think I need 5 of those Dazzler things, so let's take the quick draw, but maybe for the sideboard only. Sideboard, and this leaves me with 4 cuts unless I want to play. No, because I have no mana fixing really, and I have a land that produces colors. I will be playing 17 lands, 8, and desert. Yep. So let's have some cuts now. Well, this any plot spell of course makes it easier to double spell, and I have a quadruple Razzle Dazzler and Slick Sequence. I think I will, given looking at my mana curve, I'm going to actually play the Djinn here, and this can be a 4-drop, but it also can be plotted at 5. Let's put it here just for fun. Doesn't really matter. Vaultbuster, whenever you, or as long as you have committed a crime. I have many ways to commit crimes, so it could be a fairly reliable 3-4 on both players' turns, because I also have instant speed means to commit crimes. I think the least useful card is the Phantom Interference. I'm gonna not have that. I will maybe try the Brimstone Roundup. Might be having it as a plot on turn 3 means. Okay, and I don't need the Mobile Homestead. I have enough 2-drops. And now I still will be cutting 2 cards. Harrier Strix. Failed Fording. I have a desert, because the desert has been errated to be a desert. You know, the card whose actual name is desert is actually has the land type desert. So this can give me a survival, but I still think this is like the least important way to be committing crimes here. Maybe as a sideboard card. So I'm going to cut that Failed Fording. And I think the least impactful thing here is that Strix, it does commit a crime, and the looting is not the worst when you are flooding out, and it makes it very easy to double spell because it's only 1 mana. But I mean, the other options, yeah, I want to try the Roundup. Other options are like the Vaultbuster or one of the 2-drops. I like the Splasher mostly because of the crime committing, but let's be honest. Only Magda and the Brigand are really good payoffs for committing crimes. And then there is the Sphinx, which is, not that important. And I have these 2 mana plays here, so I'm going to cut. I think I'm gonna play the Strix because of the looting and evasion. I don't need to be committing crimes all the time. This is better in the kind of a blue-black deck that really, can make you benefit from committing crimes. But I'm going to have these 2-drops with the, the 2 mana removal spells, and this as a 1-drop. And that's the deck. I'm still playing this. Highway Robbery can refill with that, and also helps with the double spell stuff like the Razzle Dazzlers. I really like it. I mean, how many cards that actually care about double spells? 4, 5. I guess this cares about crimes too. So it's not only the Magda and the Brigand, but still it's not that many. So yeah, the double spells also Stitcher cares about that a bunch, although it's not kind of a double spell, but the more spells you can cast. Of course, there's the slick sequence and then the roundup. So I have many cards that care about me having cast 2 spells in a turn. So the highway robbery helps there. All right, that is it. More blue than red, but I mean 2 drops are plentiful for both colors, so it's gonna be an easy 8/8 mana base with the desert. And that is it. On the play, oh what a fantastic hand. Really good stuff. So with the desert and Magda, I'm just going to always commit a crime as long as they attack with something. That's really nice. And I can even here curve out nicely with the Wolverine. Okay, let's see how to do it now. I kinda don't like having this guy around. This is red, so yeah, I can't do any. Let's see. Yeah, unless I draw a mountain, I can't go round up Scorching Shot in the same turn, for example. Even though it costs 4 mana, but I would require 3 red for that. I have a stop cold for a further creature. Yeah, this can be a little annoying. I'm just not sure about how. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna just do it. This might be a little. This also makes me a treasure. You know, I don't have to make it. You know, get the treasures for the dragon. I can use it for mana too. But ideally, of course. Okay, look. It would have been a 4/4 now, so I'm pretty happy of this. Now I'm gonna just do this and on the next turn I can. Well, let's see what they draw and what they do. Okay. They could have a snakeskin whale coming up. Oh, whenever you cast a second spell, yeah, you know, definitely. Oh, or should I? Yeah, this is fine. Do this and do this, and now I guess I hope to get a land here, but you know, I can still cast a bunch of spells. I have the, you know, the. Because this is only this turn. So I have the treasure I can sack. Now, the thing is, of course, it doesn't seem like they have a snakeskin whale necessarily. Well, I'm still committing a crime and getting another dragon, so I mean dragon desert. No treasure. Very difficult. Alright. So, and you know, if they have a snakeskin whale, then they do. Okay, they did not. Alright, now I can try some shenanigans with the salvos too. Cactarantula, well they're gonna get a card. They are gonna get a card, but that's how it works. And I would want to just keep attacking here, and they can actually even. I mean, if they. I think they have to trade with the Wolverine. Well, they don't have to, but I would assume so. I'm missing some double spell bonuses here, but it's fine. Okay, that's gonna find a desert, or is it? Alright. Okay, the Strix is not needed right now. I am just going to, before this becomes a bigger creature, I think I have to... I could make it... Okay, this is actually interesting. I can either do the roundup or the dazzle, but I want to play a blue spell here, so... Let's do this. And let's do... Let's kill this before it becomes bigger. And I'm going to save my treasures definitely, because on the next turn I can play this Thunder Salvo, and if Magda is alive... Oh, wait a minute, I already have... Did I miss... I thought this was my second treasure. I actually could have already made the... Okay, I made a mistake, because this sacrifices only as a sorcery. If they kill Magda now, I don't get the dragon. I was supposed to do it. And it actually would have had haste. I really thought that I had only 2 treasures, but I didn't do the math correctly, so yeah, I'm getting punished for that now. If Magda dies now. Besides, I already did, because the dragon has haste. I could have attacked with, you know, them down to 8 now. Okay, well, they have a make your own luck, which is fine. They're gonna plot the armadillo, but I can tap it once, and I think... Okay, that is fine. I have this as an unblockable thing. Right. Okay. So now I'm going to do the roundup. Not gonna plot it. And then I am going to Thunder Salvo the possum here, I think. And then I'm gonna sack... Is this lethal? Well, let's see first. Sack this, and this. 4, 7. That is almost lethal. So because I can use the treasure to sack the... But that means I won't be able to tap this guy. I think it's better to save it for a double spell to make this guy, you know, unblockable on the next turn potentially. But I think the Magda should now attack here. Maybe I can make more treasures, of course, but I think it's better to have them have an empty board. I think Magda did a good job. Now I do understand that I would have won the game if I didn't mess up with the dragon on the earlier turn. That's a free 6 mana spell, of course, because they were able to plot it with the card draw spell. Okay, they go to 6, they have 2 mana left. 3 mana. Okay, now they are tapped out. Now I know I win here. Because I have 6 power in the air now. And it doesn't even matter. I can pay for the... Yeah, it doesn't matter now. I can just do this and do this, and of course I have the... Yeah, there's multiple ways to deal with the situation. Yep, I have an extra treasure. I can use it for tapping. But of course I had a, you know, 4 power unblockable and 2 flyers regardless. Okay, so they have red-green with all the annoying stuff like the Cactarantula and the Armadillo. But of course I had Magda, and they didn't kill Magda, and Magda does what it does, even though I played a little bit suboptimally there. Quick draw against him. It's not really that good against the stuff I mean, my creatures are fairly small, so the +1/+1 isn't necessarily going to matter too often. They have these. Yeah, they have big creatures. But I have these unblockables. I'm thinking about the failed fording. What is the worst card? I like my flyers in this matchup, even though they have reach guys. But I have some means to deal with them like repulses. That's why I'm also thinking about the failed fording. Bouncing an inexpensive reach guy is useful. Yeah, the Vault Buster is probably the worst card, so I'm not going to have that. I'm playing the failed fording. I'm kind of thinking about the interference, but I like my other cards slightly more than that, so this is probably fine. Yeah, no need for this thing. It barely does anything against them. This is the sideboarding. Okay, that's pretty nice. Another good starting hand, and I'm not going to play the Strix on turn 1, of course, because I have a pretty nice... Well, definitely not now, because it's going to commit a crime. But the plan is... Well, now it depends on what they do. How fast of a start are they going to have, because I am going to be greedy here. Okay, I'm gonna just play the Razzle Dazzle. Because next turn I have some options. Let's see what they have. No 2-drop at all. Prickly Pear, okay. Because I can either play Magda and the Strix to get a treasure token, or I can play this and the Strix to, you know, have both of these guys grow. Or I can play just the Razzle Dazzle and do Magda and the Strix on the next turn, but that doesn't make any sense. I want to use my repulses and stuff like that. So... I think the treasure token is not important now, also because I might miss my land drops, so I'm gonna play Magda now and do this and do this and yeah, the extra mana might actually be quite useful. Even if they like get rid of Magda right now, that wouldn't matter too much because the treasure might be quite important. Okay, that summoner I'm going to try to deal with. And again, it's all about them having a snakeskin whale or not. It's really great if they don't. Okay. That is nice. With the repulses. Yeah, this is gonna be quite nice. Oh, blue mana. Okay. Well, these Razzle Dazzlers just are gonna win the game here. Alright, that is nice. So, yeah, I can just double spell here. And I can do this. And I will be discarding the island. And this is pretty much game over. They are gonna have to block with the Entertainer most likely, and I'm willing to, you know, make the trade happen here. So next turn I will double spell, and both of these will be lethal, unless they gain some life, but I mean, they have to gain life and kill one of these. I don't think I'm gonna get dealt 14 damage, nope. This is what I like about the Razzle Dashers, they are just so fantastic. I keep bouncing this guy, although actually I should have killed it now, but it doesn't matter because I already won the game. Yeah, 5, 6, 4, 5. This is why I really don't mind having like 4 of them in the deck. Well, that was easy. Draw well, and yeah, I had Magda in this game, and the treasures did actually matter a little bit, but I didn't need the dragon here. But it was more about the Razzle Dashers for sure. On the play, I'm keeping this. If I get any land, I can play the Buster and the Repulse. In the meanwhile, I can play the Razzle Dashers, and yeah, it's a risky keep, of course, because if I don't draw any lands, it's gonna be annoying. But it's, you know, more likely to draw some lands than not draw like any lands in 5 draw steps. They have a good aggressive 1-drop here too, so let's hope they don't follow up with a 2-drop. Alright, got the land. Just playing the Vault Buster here. Oh, they seem to have a spell here. Could be deserts, whatever, -2/-2, but doesn't matter, I'm still doing this. Next turn I can play the Djinns, I can plot the Djinn of Fool's Fall. And then I can do the start growing these Razzle Dashers also. There's no point them to not attack. I don't need this, so I'm gonna prevent 2 damage, and if they have a kill spell or whatever trick, I don't mind. The Vault Buster is not important. If they use mana on this, yeah, that's totally fine. Yep, that was fine. So let's do this. And Thunder Salvo can deal quite a bunch of damage. 4 damage on the next turn if I need to. Assuming I don't have to discard. They do play black there. And alright. Well, I have to start with this. I guess I have a defensive Repulse if I need to, although I'm not gonna bounce my own Razzle Dashers, but we'll see what happens now. They don't give me a target for the Thunder Salvo. Of course, the Forsaken Miner is not exactly the kind of card you want to be burning. But I can use a Repulse on their turn. Okay, so boom, that is -4/-4. Let it go. It's such a tempo loss to bounce your own guy. I can use Repulse offensively here, and ideally maybe I won't even use it on their turn. If, well, it depends on what they do, of course. If they just kill my guys, super annoying. But if they just drop, ideally they drop 2 creatures. Okay, no attacks. Alright, they drop no creatures. Well, this thing cannot even block, so let's try to deal 4 damage. The Wolverine was a good draw. Okay, nothing. So they have some kind of an instant. Plot this thing. I still have the salvo for 2 if I need to. No. I mean, it's not as bad because they have barely any aggression there, but Still annoying because I have to build this from the start. Ah, they have a key to the vault. Well, I'm gonna have to do. I guess I'm just gonna use the. I mean, I don't have any other option than to use the salvo. So. Ooh, Stitcher. Wait a minute. How greedy am I going to be? Because it's just gonna be one token. Even if it's like a big one, they can just bounce it or something. But I'm gonna still be greedy and not play the Wolverine this turn. That was the kind of idea. Okay, they have only 2 cards left. Well, scratch that. They are having actually 3 cards. One of them was a tutored one. Okay, so let's start by just playing all the stuff in here. A shame, don't get to have that. But it is what it is. I'm sure they have an answer for the 8-8, but the good news is that these are also threats. Now they can attack with the Raven, but it costs 3 mana to... Oh, that was a thing they... Okay, so they have a crime and yeah. Okay, so that was... They only tutored one of those things. So I guess they did draw extra cards too, but... Oh man. So this is ward 2 mana add 2 life. The problem here is, of course, that it's 5 mana with a repulse. I will have only 2 mana left over for double spells. Oh, man, this is gonna be horrible. Did they have to have both? I mean, they got the bomb rare and then they just drew the murderer. Which is not that impossible. Now, if I knew I'm gonna draw a 2 mana spell, this would be so easy. Just bounce the Giza and attack for a ton. Oh, this is so cruel. I can't just bounce one of these tokens and have, you know, have 4 mana left over for a second spell. But then I don't have an attack with the 3-2. That's kind of that's the point here. If I draw just a land, I think I'm in huge trouble. Yeah, I think this is what I'm gonna do. Oh man. Okay, whatever. That happened. I had so many outs there. Now they can just start attacking with the Raven. At least it's only 1 damage. So they get to cast the 1 card. They can look 1 card and they can cast it without paying its mana. If it's just a land, it's not gonna matter. Okay. But none of this matters because I need 2 spells to do something here. That helps. It doesn't help like too much, but it does help. The question is, am I going to kind of wait for 1 more turn to get the trigger for these guys? And I think the answer is yes, it's worth it. I just need any spell. I can cast all the spells. And I hope they don't get a crime now. Because then they would get 2 more, but I have to get lucky here. It's not like all the cards in their deck are gonna be crimes, but no, okay, fine. Fine. Okay. Is this gonna do much? Yeah, basically all I needed here is that they draw just like a random creature. Then I can kill this at least. I mean, I drew a spell. Then I can attack for 5 unblockable, and they have to trade with the. Yeah, that just was them getting better draws there. I have some answers for the Giza, so I don't think I need anything. This doesn't seem to do too much against them, so I'm gonna use the same deck. That's good, and this time I'm just gonna get the 1-drop on turn 1. There's no reason to try to wait for any synergy. I can deal a bunch of damage with this in the meanwhile. You have to target something, by the way, but you can always tap the land you used to pay for it. Don't really want to scorching shot that thing, but I'm not really excited about doing this now. I want to have my 5th land, so I suppose I'm gonna repulse it and buy some time. Next turn I can plot this and well, I don't need to plot it. I have a better idea. Just cast this. And I'm going to discard the 1 land. I assume I'm going to at some point I draw a 5th land. Okay, well, there you go. This is saved for the if they have a Giza. I need to kill it, of course. Don't like the lifelinker, but I suppose I have a 3-5. Then okay, that was not a bad melee. Alright, Thunder Salvo is kind of good against the Bloodseeker, but could they have a counterspell? I mean, of course they could. The question is, am I going to play around it? Because the Sphinx is extremely good. I don't have 2 instants, so it's gonna die now. It's fine. I'm happy about them tapping out, of course, because that allows me to cast my Sphinx. Hopefully they don't. Well, that is a rogue, so I guess they could have a murder and a a land drop and a murder. That would allow them to burn it. But I just hope they have like a Giza, because I have the means to deal with it now. I'm not a fan of the streaks in this matchup now that they have the Raven of Fell Omens. Maybe I was supposed to already sideboard it out. Okay, plan the heist. That is not important. I mean, it is good, of course, but they kind of wasted a turn there. Now, I'm gonna, of course, play the Roundup. And then I'm going to salvo the Lifelinker away. If I salvo this away, then that means that I can attack with both my flyers. But if they kill the Sphinx, then they can start getting life. Yeah, I actually don't like them having this lifelinker here, so I can start attacking with the streaks by using the come on, this guy to pump the Strix. Okay, that's gonna come back. Fine. Oh, they milled my Wolverine. I suppose they also milled the land, so it's fine. No double spells this turn. I can loot, of course. Yeah, okay. I'm willing to offer the trade here. And they are not willing to. Take the trade. Alright, well, I have looting up there. Hopefully my scorching shot. They didn't even draw any cards on the previous turn. I guess they're gonna wait for some kind of double spells or whatnot. Oh, please don't. That's gonna mean they have like a Skullduggery. That's a 4-3, this is a 2-4, I cannot. It's so annoying. I already dealt with one of the lifelinker once, but now they have it. Because now it's not easy to raise it. I think I might even have to, as long as I see if they have a Giza. Oh, they have a Karvek. Okay, they have a lot of good stuff. Okay. Well, maybe I'll loot into some of the good stuff. I have some removal here myself. That's not it. Okay, well, that's a double spell turn. So they're gonna have a Skullduggery. This final card in their hand is a Skullduggery. And then, well, it could be something else, but I'm assuming that, although they did not. No, this is double caster, this is single caster. They needed all the black mana for the stuff they have. So, as much as I don't like the Bloodseeker, the Karvek is absolutely necessary to kill, so I'm gonna do that. So here we go. Yep. Right, the Vaultbuster is not actually good. So let's mill it. And now I will be still offering the trade with the 1-2. So let's do this, and then I have to decide what to do about the Bloodseeker attacking. Because I have 2 flyers in here. I think it's time for them to use the plan the heist, but they just, I guess they want to, you know, yeah, they want to surveil 3. So. Am I taking 3 here or not? I think I'm taking the damage. I don't want to give them any value. So now they unfortunately get to surveil 3 and then draw 3. And with this thing having gained them what? Now 4 plus 3, 7 life. They are not at 9, they are at 16. So they surveil those things and then draw. Yeah. If that's a Giza, it can become quite difficult. Hopefully I did draw a spell so I can trigger the Kraum and the Razzle Dazzler here. Well, that's it. Imagine if they actually were, you know, at 9, but this gained them 3 life on the previous turn, 4 on this turn. So, I need to get very lucky, and that's not it down. Because this also draws me a card when I cast my second spell. Oh boy. Oh boy, how many lands I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 7 is 15. My deck has 2 lands and 10 spells. That is not fair. I might just die. If they have a kill spell on this thing, I will in fact die. And I could have played the 1-2, but it's not really... If they have a kill spell, I'm just gonna... Okay, this has wood too, so I guess they are not killing it now. But they get... Okay. Alright, alright. Do they have a 2 mana? Yeah, they can just suicide with the Bloodseeker. They can go to 9 here. Yeah, this has now gained them 10 life in this game. If they can commit a crime on my turn, I will just die. Because the Raven, of course, will trigger. I can... committing a crime actually helps here, because I will get to... surveil too. That is huge in fact, but it's probably not gonna matter if they have a... it doesn't matter. If they just have any crime at... Yeah, they have. Alright, well, game 1 was Giza winning them the game, and game 2 was closer, but I guess I needed a spell at some point when I didn't draw one. I guess with highway robbery this is a keep. I can ditch one of the extra cards or lands that are mountains. Yeah, I'm keeping it. Keeping it now. I think I'm gonna go for the plots first, giving myself another chance to draw the island. Yeah, let's plot this thing, and then on the next turn we'll see what happens. Again, this, well, I guess this is an 8/8 mana base, not a 9/8, but it's kinda ridiculous that I'll miss out on the... Oh, come on, what is this? Okay. So I already lost a lot of value from the Razzle Dazzler. But I suppose if I draw an island now, I can do Malcolm and a Thunder Salvo if they have a target. I'm not playing the Salvo. If they play a target for it, I'm going to wait for... Okay, they did not. I don't know what to say. I'm not trophying in this format ever again because, I mean, I know I already lost the match, but this is not the first time this has happened to me in this over around 50 drafts I've been playing now. I know the opponent is having difficulties too. So I guess it's kind of fine, but I had a highway robbery for extra 2 draws and I still didn't get the blue. Let's just... Yeah, imagine if I had like a Stitcher there. I could have a very big token, and if they have played red, they might not have easy time dealing with a 6/6 or something. But now even if I draw one island, I can only play one of these blue spells each turn. Okay, Okay, they got their missing color now. Yeah, this is starting to get a little difficult. Not in the top 7 cards. Well, it is what it is. A lot of damage by the lackey. Very nice 1-drop for them. So now I need to kind of draw like an island. Because if I draw now an island, I can plot this guy. Hope I'm still not gonna die. But of course it's very difficult to win against the at knife point. I might sideboard in the thing that deals 2 damage to outlaws or non-outlaws or both. Yeah, okay, I think that's the game. One of the non-games that you have to suffer. I have more blue cards in this deck, so it wasn't a surprise that I drew them. But yeah, I'm thinking about the Koth in the Crossfire. That seems like a matchup where this is going to work, and maybe I'm not playing like the Harrier's tricks. I do like the 1/4 in this matchup, so I'm gonna do it like that. The quick draw is not a totally useless card in this matchup. But I don't have more than 13 creatures plus whatever the roundup is gonna produce. But I suppose I'm good with this. All right, that is a good hand. I wonder if I'm supposed to start with the hasty flyer. I think I am. Okay, they sadly do have a blocker for it now, but okay. Interesting. I guess I can attack, you know, it's not really, I don't lose anything. I'm not gonna block with the Malcolm. So maybe they are not blocking here. And then I am going to decide on what? I'm gonna play the Crown on the next turn most likely. So I'm going to go for Magda now. Let's offer them 2 good targets for removal they might have. It is a shame that my hasty 2/2 flyer was able to only deal 2 before they got the blocker. I thought I could have started with the damage, but my hand is very good. That's just a minor inconvenience. And both of these are kind of annoying cards to face, so they hopefully don't get removal for both of them. And the Crown is not a nice card to face either. I am looking for a turn 5 with the Razzle Dazzle and the Repulse triggering Crown and Malcolm, you know. They have a Wolverine, okay. Ooh. Now I don't need to draw even a land here. Because I can just play my Razzle Dazzlers. That's 3 targets for the removal, and this is not a removal spell, although this won't cost any mana now. Let's see what they see. They have Bruce Tarl, they have to play it on this turn, so do they have the white mana immediately? I didn't see a white in the previous game. No treasures either, so they kind of missed. They dealt with that, but that still leaves me with well, how to do it? Kind of like the idea of just plotting this guy. Okay, let's plot that guy. I'm not gonna attack now. I won't offer the trade with the Wolverine, and they have shown that they're gonna block with the Duelist anyway, and why wouldn't they? Of course, especially after I have already tapped out. Now I just hope they don't have stuff like Heartless Pillage making me discard multiple cards, because I kind of want to have all of these. It's not easy to double spell. And I know I could have double spelled with the Razzle Dazzlers on the previous turn and gotten my clue from the Malcolm. I basically gave them another window to kill Malcolm, but now I'm getting my clue. This won't get a counter on this turn. But I might as well play the card. Unless I want to have mana up for a... I guess I could have mana up for a repulse and then sack the clue. If I play this, it might potentially attack on the next turn though. But I like the idea of leaving mana up for a repulse, so I'm gonna do it like this. Ouch. So now I can continue my attacks with the Jinn, unless they deal with it, in which case... Well, if they deal with it using like a 5 mana spell, then I might bounce it. But if they use some cheap spell, probably I'm gonna let it go. Well, there's the at knife point. This bounces creatures. Alright. Not great. But I think I'm still able to raise here with the Jinn. And, you know, the Razzle Dazzler being quite likely unblockable on the next turn. Taking the 3 from that guy. That's first strike, so I'm not going to double block it with anything. I'll take the 3 damage. I know I could have double blocked because of the repulse, but I'm actually more interested in double spelling my own turn, so crack this clue now and well, okay. Who am I going to bounce? Probably the Duelist, because they're gonna use the at knife point all the time. I mean, the Duelist and knife point is a very good combination, of course, so let's make them recast that thing. And have a bunch of triggers here. Also, that allows my Malcolm to attack for damage. If Magda attacks, they will block with the Wolverine. Well, Magda is not gonna do anything, so let's go for let's go for this. Now I can crack a clue. I basically have 2 draw steps. Yeah, this is gonna be 7 damage from the Razzle Dazzlers alone plus the flyers. I'm not taking 14 here, that's just not gonna happen. Even if they have the +2/+0 for every creature, I'm not dying, and I can of course still block with the Razzle Dazzler on a first striker here. But I would ideally not. Okay, they have a kill. They didn't want to kill my clue. Yeah, they didn't have the extra mana for it. So I'm taking some damage, but I'm still quite likely, well, unless I draw 2 lands. But I will have mana to crack the clue and double spell most likely. So just not... Okay, Nimble Brigand also already quite nice. This is total of 7 plus treasure, that's 8 mana. So I can cast these and yeah, I have mana for this. That's the idea. Ooh. Is this a lethal attack now? I suppose it is. Okay, final game will start, unless it somehow ends in a draw, of course. So what I saw there is still quite many, you know, cards that my what's this, caught in the crossfire can deal with, especially when I am on the draw. Now I'm slightly interested in the quick draw now suddenly, but I'm not that interested in cutting any card. The Outlaw Stitcher, I suppose with the black, yeah, they have Murder. Even if I get a big token, I think that's not gonna matter too much. The 1/4 is a good blocker though. And this is always gonna be a 4 mana 1/4 and a 2/2. It's not a bad. You don't have to try to get a huge token. You can just play it as a 4 mana 1/4 plus a 2/2. I guess it's good enough. The Brimstone Roundup. Could I see this being worse? But I can pump my flyers with these things. I can have extra jump blockers. It has plot, which energizes with my double spelling. Yeah, the quick draw is... It can make them, you know, lose first strike from the at knife point. That can give me some nice little blowouts, but I just don't know what to cut. Even the Stop Cold is... It's gonna deal with some annoying bomb rare, which they easily might have. So, what is it going to be? I like the Roundup too. I'm gonna not play the quick draw. This is fine. Well, I mean, I lost the game 1 to this kind of hand, but this also has Highway Robbery plus the Caught in the Crossfire. I'm going to keep it. Hopefully it doesn't take 8 draws to find a blue producing land. Okay, I'm gonna plot it just to have one more shot to draw something. Maybe even I draw an island so I can play the Razzle Dazzler and the Robbery. Or maybe I get the clue, but anyway, let's... That's actually fine, because these both are gonna be dealt with the Caught in the Crossfire. So... discard a card, Razzle Dazzler. Okay. Good. Now... I'm just playing the other Razzle Dazzler here. That is a pirate, so the Caught in the Crossfire will kill it, so I'm gonna do this now. I got the island, so that's fine. And by the way, you can of course pay for the spree for both modes to deal 2 damage to everything. Outlaws and non-outlaws, but this is a wizard, so I can try to do something good here. Okay. That's perfect. That is exactly perfect. I will take 3 and then I will wipe those things away. I don't think I'm gonna wait anymore because that could be a little risky. And another island for the marauding sphinx. That's great. Sideboarding doing its thing. So let's be very careful. These are all outlaws. This one is not. I'm not gonna let them untap or anything. So each outlaw creature. And next turn I have options. It was only a 2-for-1, but it was really important to get rid of all the 4 creatures. I can do now Malcolm into Repulse, Malcolm into Thunder Salvo. And if that's not gonna be relevant, oh, they're gonna get some treasures there, but alright. It's gonna be a Marauding Sphinx then, which they can now kill because they have the ward mana there, but at least that's gonna leave them with only 2 cards if they have a kill here. They wanted to have these treasures. I don't think this card was really. I mean, they didn't need to kill my 1/2. So okay, so they had a removal spell, but they had to use one of the. Sure, that's like okay. I have a desert here. That means they can't actually attack with that guy. I'm gonna be a little bit greedy here and not play Malcolm now. Or should I actually? No, I'm gonna double spell on the next one. Yeah, I was. That wouldn't make sense. If they, still have removal on the Malcolm, it's sad because I would want to have the clue there, but I want to. Yeah, they can't attack into the desert. Yeah, this is great. This is great now. I'm gonna get my clue. I don't think I'm gonna. Okay, they have a. That is their That is their splash. Alright, well, I mean, among them. I was thinking about bouncing the mercenary, but let's just save Malcolm here. And I can, keep getting my investigate triggers, which is gonna be pretty fantastic in this board state when it's clearly more like a top deck war than anything else. Didn't even crack the clue. Didn't feel like it's necessary. How much removal are they gonna have? Okay, no removal spells there. So I can just crack my clues, and that's a lot of extra cards. I think unless they have some kind of a bomb, I'm going to win this game easily, but the format has a lot of bombs and they have even the treasure for any kind of color. Let's give it the critics there is kinda acceptable. Okay, let's do like this. I don't think there was anything I could use to save it, but now that is a bomb. That is a crazy bomb. Okay, I need some help from the top of the deck. Okay, I'm not winning if I keep drawing these lands. Jesus, I mean, I couldn't even get another spell so I could attack with the Magda 2, because I can attack with the 3/2 and the 1/4, because the Slick Shot becomes a 3 power creature when I use the salvo. Oh, I was actually mistaken, this only has 4 toughness, so I can attack with everything. And then I hope they block with a dragon. I don't think they are. They pretty correctly probably think that they only win by having the Terror of the Peak survive and drawing creatures. Okay, so now the question is, am I going to deal extra point of damage here? I mean 2 extra points of damage by using the salvo immediately. So they would be going to 3 only, and they wouldn't have this. So I would win if they draw a land. If they draw a creature, they will kill one of my creatures, and they have 2 blockers, and then I'm in huge trouble. I think this is my best chance still. This allows the, the Slick Shot to deal the extra 2, but now no creatures. Oh boy. I mean, there's just, well, that is only 1 damage, but they can draw another card with that thing. If they do draw a card, and if they draw a land, I will win again. Okay, now if they are gonna draw another creature here, I mean, or exile. That's... I can't catch a break. I mean, I was almost getting a 2-1 result here. And they top decked... Basically this wasn't gonna matter at all, because the 1 damage didn't matter. But they top decked a creature that drew them another creature. Yeah, I can commit a crime, but it won't matter. That is not... I mean... If they now draw a land, I can survive an attack, of course. And I can still get some kind of a combination here. I think I lost my... I have 1 repulse. Okay, repulse would be a good start, allowing me to double spell for the crown. Did they have to get the Wolverine into Vatme? They killed 2 of my guys. Okay. That's not a repulse. I don't think I can play the Razzle Dazzler here though. Now... If they were at 2, maybe playing it would make some kind of sense. But I will win with a repulse anyway if they like draw a land on the next turn, because then I can double spell. This becomes a 3/4. I can bounce this and that's it. 3 in the air. Yeah, I need to double spell anyway on the next turn to draw more cards, so I'm not gonna do anything here than hope that they miss again. Terror of the Peaks. Why did I say that? Well, I mean, I said correctly. I said I'm gonna win unless they have some insane bomb, which they did. Just having a removal spell for them would be nice too. I mean, if they can deal with the Crown, I'm gonna be in huge trouble, and it does seem like they are maybe targeting it. So in this final match, first game, just total mana issues. Third game, I'm in a huge advantageous position, and they have a Terror of the Peaks, but they are taking some time. They just took their sweet time. So they are now offering a lethal attack. Well, I actually have a block on the Wolverine, so I'm gonna go to 2 here. This doesn't have a lifelink yet. Now I still have a way to win if I get a repulse, because and repulse into removal, then this would be dealing 3. Come on, repulse into removal. That is not it. Well, I'm not yet dead. I can still get a repulse or some other cantrip into making this into unblockable. But I need them to draw exactly a land, because any creature or removal spell will be horrible. Pump spell, I will lose to the flyer. It has to be a land exactly. And then I have to top deck something. Ideally a cantrip. I have a repulse. Because I have 2 of them in the deck. I don't have this anymore. Yeah, it's not great. Well, they're taking some time, so it's not anything too obvious. I mean, if it was like a creature, they would just play it and choose the target. Oh boy, what a match. They don't have to block with the Terror of the Peaks, of course. They have to either jump block with the Wolverine or block with the Vladimir. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Finish me off. Any creature that deals 2 damage to me or more allows the Terror of the Peaks to win for a victory. Okay, no, they have just a land. So I have here 11, but deck has 6 lands and 8. No, 5 lands and 5 lands and 9 spells. That's a majority of spells. All right. That's not the spell I needed here. Again, I'm thinking, is there any point playing the Brigand? Because on the next turn I have a lethal attack with the Dazzler if I draw any spell. It makes no point playing the Brigand. You can't commit crimes with this thing even. I mean, on your own turn. I mean, you can, but it's after damage has been dealt already. And it's only attacking creatures, so on your own turn you are the one who attacks, so yep. Just play the land to show the opponent that I have here 12 lands. They have probably a similar amount. Okay, that would be it. If they have nothing. I guess if they had interaction they would have already used it. So this should be a victory now. with the Razzle Dazzler. Yeah. Alright, alright. That was a little too close. Now they got the Wolverine into Vladimir right after playing this, but then they pricked, as did I, but for a few turns. And I was the one who was able to get the exact lethal here. Okay. So that's what it requires to get even a 2-1 in, in this format. Well, at least I got that, and I guess I got a special quest card, some extra gems here, and a good archetype. I like it. The Razzle Dazzlers can be quite good, and sadly I never got to do the thing with the Brigand, but it's because I didn't draw it. I didn't even draw it so that the opponent would have immediately killed it, but I had a lot of crime committing potential in this deck, so this could have drawn me a bunch of extra cards quite easily. But yeah, this could have been even a 3-0 deck, but of course the opponents can have good decks too. Yeah, that was a long video, I suppose. And now let's claim the prize here, and I will see you in the next one then. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.